Hey, I'm glad you're back to part 2 of the bird cage. We're doing silly bird cage today. So I hope you came back. If you've already started, you kind of know the materials that we need. You know, masking tape is a big one. You got to have a lot of masking tape. But anyway, we're talking about the basic structure of this thing. And so what we're actually going to do is we're going to build a cube, a box. The same way you did the bottom ones, this was the bottom, we're going to do exactly the same thing up here. You're going to put it up here, and this is going to be kind of weird because you're going to have to hold it up and all that kind of stuff for right now. But as soon as you get 2 of them up, it's a lot easier. If you're doing this with somebody, you might have somebody help you hold this up so it doesn't keep falling. Because it's really important that when you put this tape on, you really have to put it on tight, right? You can't just lay this tape on. See, so I've got one here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it inside the little elbow there. There we go. And we're going to secure the tape around here to hold it in place, right? You know, we were talking about critical thinking skills. One of the things I think is really kind of interesting in the art world is there are major artists who are self-taught artists, meaning they never went to school for art. They may not even have colored in coloring books, right? They don't have any idea about the art world, but they just have a need to make stuff and paint stuff and just do their best. And I think that they're like a perfect example of developing these critical thinking skills. Artists like that, they're called outsider artists and primitive artists, and it's these people that have no idea how to draw a dog, but somehow they do it and somehow they paint it, and they do it in such a way that it's really, really cool. And for the longest time, people looked at this kind of art as, this isn't very good. But my God, there are museums now that are filled with these artists that had no concept of really what they were doing, but they did it anyway. So don't ever think that you can not do something. Okay. Got the square here, got the cube. It's not perfect, but don't worry about that. What we're going to do now, and we're probably not going to have enough time to do all of this, but I want to get to the bird. So the first thing I want you to do, you got your cube. We need one right in the center, just like this, right? Right in the center. And again, you're going to need some tape. Always need some tape. Hey, if you really want to be fancy and you want to spend your money on doing this, you can buy colored masking tape. The first time I did that, some people gave me money enough to buy. I did this really large project with a bunch of kids doing a really large piece, and I was able to buy colored masking tape, and it was so cool because it just kind of blended in with everything else that was going on. Okay, I've got one at the bottom. Now we need one at the top. Once again, what we're going to do is we're going to tape these down. Yeah, I think that when kids tell me sometimes, oh, I can't do that. In my classes when I have at school, one of the first things I tell them when they come into my class for the first time, don't tell me you can't do it. Because I'm going to ask you to do things maybe creatively you've never even really thought of before. But I tell you what, you get through this one, right? And you are going to be an expert. You will be an expert. Okay, so I've got one at the bottom and I got one at the top, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect one right in the center. And this is where our bird's going to go, right? So, let's get this taped on. Need some more tape. Hey, and when I'm kind of trying to do this fast so we can get through this, but really don't go so quickly that you can't get this tape down really, really strong. Because I tell you what, I could probably throw this across the room and it's not going to break, right? So the idea of, getting it on there quick, right? And then you can go back and tape it some more. Especially if you're wanting to hang this, I think it'd be kind of cool to maybe hang this from your ceiling or something like that. I think that would be fun to do. Okay, we've got this. We'll need to put bars here and here and here and here. You could do some more going like that, just like I did over here. But just to get this going, so everybody gets the bird, what I want you to do is I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to fold it in half, right? And once you do that, I want you to make a bird. Now, I'm not a great bird maker, but I would try to make it pretty large. Got the head like that, and then we need the beaks. Oh boy. Could someone bring me a pair of scissors that's over there? I forgot to do that. Sorry about that. I'm not prepared today. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay, this is my bird. Really simple. It doesn't have to have a lot of feathers or anything like that. And when you get your bird down, what I want you to do is I want you to cut it out. There we go. Now, if you have time and you want to make this bird and put a bunch of feathers on it, you go for it. I think that for just me doing it right now, I kind of just want to go through the process with you. So we've done this so you can, there we go. So you got two of them, right? Okay, so next thing up, you got to take your glue stick, right? Take your glue stick, and what I want you to do is I kind of want you not to really fold it and put a big crease in it, but just kind of fold it a little bit so you can get the center of it. See what I'm saying? You can't barely see it, but you can see the bend. Once you do that, you need to get your glue stick and only glue down half of it. And this is important. Don't glue the whole thing down. And then what I want you to do is I want you to put it on top of each other. Here we go. So you have one side of the bird glued down, and then you have the other side that's not glued down. Okay? So once you get this done, go ahead and glue the other side. Don't skimp on the glue. Make sure you get a lot of glue on it. And then what I would do is I would kind of put some glue on the center of this post here. And then what you do is you slip that in like that. Ta-da! We got a bird on a pole now. Yay! Yay! Okay, there we go. Make sure you just keep, patting it down, squeezing it together so it there we go. Till it lights up. There we go. So, and again, you can color these, you can paint these if you want to. If you want to make a real beautiful, vibrant, colorful bird, you go for it. I don't know if you've noticed this. I only give suggestions, right? I'm not one of these teachers that go, I want you to do this exactly like this. I don't like that. I didn't like that as a kid and when I was a student, and I don't like it now. I want you to be able to make some major decisions about how this goes. What color goes here? What else are you going to add? I think that's really, really important because it becomes yours, right? It's like, I had a teacher that it was like, she wanted, this was like in, I want to say the 5th or 6th grade, she wanted our artwork to look exactly like hers. And it used to just drive everybody nuts. It drove me nuts. Because how can you develop your own style? How can you bring your own creativity if you have somebody that's saying, nope, you can't do that, nope, you can't do that, you have to do it this way. So you'll never hear me go, you need to do this exactly like me. I want you to be able to, in doing what we're doing here, it has to be structurally sound, meaning it has to be able to survive, right? I mean, come on. If you don't tape it well, yes, I'm telling you, you need to tape it well. But that's maybe about the only kind of things that I'm asking you to do exactly like me. So anyway, again, we're not finishing here. This is a, I mean, come on guys. You could get creative, right? You could create a multi-tiered, you could put them together. Use your imagination. You've got one. And imagination's kind of like a muscle. If you use it, it gets bigger and better. Okay? So listen, thank you for coming here. I hope you get into this. This is a basic structural thing that you can make anything that you want out of it. Today, we did bird cages with a bird. But you could make castles. You could get enough paper to make a paper cave in the corner of your bedroom. So, stay healthy, stay well, get out in this beautiful day. Today is a gorgeous, gorgeous day. I'm going to work in the garden when I get home. But anyway, thank you for coming, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.